Hello guys. In today's video I'm gonna be talking about Bane, one of the few heroes that can deal both magic and physical damage in the game, and also talk about how Bane works in full detail. So let's get straight into the video. The season just got reset. What was your rank in the previous season? Make sure you let me know in the comments. Bane was out of the meta for a very long time, but after multiple adjustments and a new emblem system, Bane is now better than ever. As always, to master a hero, you must understand how their passive works, so let's start with Bane's passive. Whenever you cast a skill, Bane infuses his weapon with a stack of tidal energy, which enhances your basic attacks, and you deal 100% true physical damage on your basic attack right after casting a skill. His passive can be stacked up to 2 times, and 1 stack will be consumed every time you use your basic attack.
I don't ride the tide.
His passive is considered as a basic attack, therefore, it can deal critical damage and trigger attack effects. And before I explain his gameplay and how to use him, let's speedrun and explain how his first, second, and third skill works. Let's start with his first skill. With the help of his first skill, you can fire a crab claw cannon towards the enemy's direction, dealing 160% true physical damage, and his first skill can bounce and then deal 150% more damage to the enemies behind them. Now, let's talk about his second skill. With the help of his second skill, Bane chugs his ale, recovering 200 plus 5% of his lost HP, and you also gain 50% movement speed that decays over 2.5 seconds, and the longer you charge his second skill, the higher the damage it inflicts. With the help of Bane's ultimate, you can summon a school of sharks, dealing 600 magic damage to enemies, and slowing them by 65%. That decays over 3 seconds, and this skill deals 40% damage to the turrets, and it has both magic and physical damage properties, 100% true physical attack, and 170% magic power. Now, let's talk about his early game. In this video I'm using him as the jungler, but you can also use him as EXP laner. Bane can harass enemies in the early game with his first skill. You have to use your first skill properly to poke the enemy while clearing the first minion wave. When enemy laner comes close to his minion, try to hit the creeps with your first skill, and his first skill will bounce and deal more damage, compared to directly hitting the enemy with his first skill. And if you're playing against heroes like Cho, Hayabusa, Farsa, and Paquito, you have to be careful about your positioning, because these are the heroes that can counter Bane. Remember that Bane is weak against high CC and burst damage heroes. And if you're playing him as Magic Bane, then prioritize your second skill over first skill, but if you're playing him as physical damage, then make sure you prioritize your first skill. Now, let's talk about his builds. Start with Warrior Boots, and for his second item, start building War Axe, and then go for Blade of Despair, and for his fourth item, go for Endless Blade, and then Malefic Roar, or Hunter Strike, and for his last item, buy Immortality. Now let's talk about his mid-game. Bane is very strong at mid-game, and you can regenerate most of his HP with the second skill, but if you're playing him as the EXP laner, you must remember that his skills consume lots of mana, so you have to be careful using his skills, so that you won't run out of mana. And when playing as offlaner, Bane's ultimate is a good CC skill to zone the enemies, and it's very helpful in taking objectives or during team fights. Another special thing about Bane is that his ultimate can deal damage to turrets, and with his ultimate, you can push the tower very fast, so when you see the opportunity to push the lane, don't waste it. As an offlaner, your primary job is to push or defend your lane. Even though Bane deals a lot of damage, his sustainability is still very low. And remember to use your enhanced basic attacks in between your skills, to maximize his passive. The best way to do this is by using your basic attack before and after you cast a skill, and that way, you'll be able to use his passive to the fullest. Here's a fun fact about Bane you didn't know. Bane is a pirate stationed in the frozen ocean. He once ruthlessly ruled the vast seas of the Northern Vale, captain of Behemoth pirate ship, and he was a sworn enemy of Franco, later suffering a defeat at Franco's hands. and he was a human before becoming half man half octopus he is today. Now, let's talk about his late game. In the late game, always try to stick with your team. Bane is very good in a team fight because of his huge CC ultimate, aside from pushing turrets. So it is wise to stay near your team and help in the team fight. With full damage build, Bane can burst down squishy heroes with his full skill combo. To deal the maximum amount of damage, start off with your ultimate, to stun multiple enemies, and then use his second skill to deal area damage. You need to use a few basic attacks in between casting these skills, and lastly, use your first skill to finish off low HP target. It will bounce, which will deal even more damage in a team fight. So what do you think about Bane? And what is your favorite build when using Bane? And do you think the critical build is better than damage build? Or is the magic build better for you? Let me know your thoughts in the comment, and make sure to leave a like, and subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. You guys motivate me to make better videos. Thank you for watching.